Caleb.
Hello, a day with Caleb. Today we are talking underrated shows. This being the animated shows. We're going to do a couple more, one or two more uh, regular TV shows, mostly game shows. That being the next one. But this we're talking top 15, and I say that in quotes because I'm combining a few of the shows. Biker Mice from Mars, I mean, why not? That is my number one underrated film. We're going to start from the bottom and work up. I know most people start at 15 and work back. But Mice from Mars, one of my favorite shows. Uh, the Super Nintendo game, we would spend hours and hours playing that. Back in the day, if you're unfamiliar with Super Nintendo, you didn't have saves or memory cards or anything like that. You had to beat the level, or in this case, you would race, and after each section tournament style races, if you won, you would get a cheat code, and we would write down the cheat codes in a notebook similar to that, and we went all the way to the end and beat it. I don't remember if I was first or second overall, uh, or Josh was, because we were multiplayer, team players, so I would have to go back and see. Probably Josh. he uh, he was a good, consistent player. I would crash and do some other things, so the game was amazing. Didn't really get the toys. I think I've Vinny. I might have Vinny. That's probably it. Didn't get a lot of toys. The show though was great. Uh, we would get the VHS copies, and throughout the list here, we're going to have pictures and videos just going over there as I talk, trying to mix things up a little, give a little more depth to my content and videos. So I hope you enjoy it. Comment down below your favorite underrated show uh, right now or at the end of the video. So that was number one. Of course, number two, we said it, Road Rovers. Such a good show. Maybe out of this whole list, well, there's a couple, but I think Road Rovers is a show that maybe not a lot of people out there know about or remember as well. Uh, so it's a show we would watch all the time. Uh, kind of a goofy, zany show, comedian comedy in there, a little spy like genre. And you saw a lot of these in the late 90s where like these animals would take on human form or talk, like number one, Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks, Battletoads. You had all these influx of these, can I say, anthropomorphic, is that the word, where the animals would be human or talk, you know. So you had a lot of those shows, and Road Rovers certainly is in the middle, and there's a few more on the list that I almost spoiled but did not. So let's continue. And this, most people don't know, is of course Hanna-Barbera. Most people don't think or associate Pirates of Dark Waters with Hanna-Barbera. And again, like number one, this was a great video game. Actually, in my video game playlist, this is one that we went way too long on, but it was an addictive game back in the day. We went to the end. I don't think we beat the big boss battle at the end, but we did get there. So Pirates of Dark Water, a cool pirate-themed group of individuals. You had the awesome girl who could fight and do all these tricks. You had the tall kind of sidekick, and then the main hero with his magic little sword. So that was neat, a neat show, kind of a unique show back then with a pirate theme. Like number two, I believe this one, maybe not a lot of people know. This might be the least known. I said Road Rovers might be, but I think this one might be. Anytime I comment the show, people are like, what was that? A Disney animated show, Fillmore. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, did I ever watch that show? What is that show? It was about this group of hall monitors, specifically Fillmore, and I guess his boss, who was like over the whole hall monitor situation. Then he had a girl that was his partner. They would solve crimes together. Just a unique take on being in school, which at the time we all were back then, most of us, and seeing like people steal glue and like weird cases, and Fillmore was a super cool guy who would eventually solve the case, put it together. I'm a big mystery solve cracker. I like those kind of shows, so Fillmore was instantly on my radar, and one of the greatest shows. I wish it would be on Disney Plus or be released to DVD. That would be insane, but not a lot of fanfare for Fillmore, because not a lot of people remember it or know about it. So if you haven't seen Fillmore, I'm sure somewhere there's random episodes. Go watch them. Monster Rancher, I mean, come on. Most people remember Pokemon and then Digimon, which we'll get to, but is there a lot of people that remember Monster Rancher? It was just a fun show with this, like, this, I don't know, the monster with the one eye, kind of a precursor to Mike Wazowski, I think. But then you had this guy with all these monsters. Cool show, very underrated in my opinion. Overlooked a lot of times as far as those type of shows. Number six, again, like Fillmore, Lloyd in Space. I don't think a lot of people remember this or saw this show. It's about this alien Lloyd who is in space, and they do normal like things, go to school, have a crush, go on a double date, uh, cheat on a test, whatever the situation was. But the unique thing is it was in space, they were aliens. So just a unique, funny show that I think a lot of people uh, didn't see. So Lloyd in Space. We mentioned it just a few ago, but number 7, Digimon, we talked about with Monster Rancher. Now I'm going to say something maybe controversial to some, but we would watch Digimon over Pokemon any day. Now, I think we didn't get into the whole trading card game, so we didn't really connect, I guess, with Pokemon as much. But Digimon was just such a cool show. The one that turned into like an angel, and then you had the dinosaur and the like big wolf, like beast, white wolf beast, and you had all these characters, the bird, and they start out small and they eventually earned their powers and became big and took on this like guy who collected gears, if I'm not mistaken, to build like a machine. But such a cool show. The theme song was amazing, and I actually recently just got the movie of Digimon, and I think I have the first 2 seasons. After that, we kind of stopped watching. So Digimon. If you saw Pam's pickups I got from Pam, the video game movie dome, I think last video, 2 videos ago, we got the entire series of Bobby's World. Such a cool show. Again, I had the scratch and sniff favorite episodes, but Howie Mandel created this show, I guess loosely based on his childhood, Bobby's World. He hosted it as well. So such a cool show. We'll get to another comedian turned animated show. Comment down below if you know who it is. But Bobby's World, again, such a great theme song. This one might be more on the radar of people out there. They've probably seen or at least know of Bobby's World because of Howie Mandel. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of this underrated animated TV shows. Stay tuned for part 2 in a couple of days. You don't want to miss the back half of this top 15 list. So hope you enjoyed this first part. Stay tuned to part 2. Like, subscribe, share with an animated TV lover. Until next time, guys, part 2. Keep collecting.